Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother, soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother, soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Welcome, everybody, to the Breachers VRML Season 1, Week 3. My name's Nightfire with 2 E's, and today we're hopping into a Saturday night. What do we go with? Slugfest? Radiant versus Ling. If you were a connoisseur, you would be almost guaranteed in the idea that Ling is going to be the champion this afternoon. If we look at match history as well as the connoisseur votes, Ling has, I believe, 31-1 on connoisseur votes in their favor. And maybe it's because of their record, 4-0. So far, they've beaten 3 teams and I believe received 1 forfeit. In comparison, Radiant 2-0. Their first win was a forfeit, but their second win dominant, 14-0. And so I do think there's a good chance we have a pretty fun back and forth this afternoon with both of these squads, but there's a lot of faith in the Ling team this afternoon. That I can be assured of just by looking at the connoisseur votes. And so definitely a game that I'm excited to hop into, and a little something to fill your Saturday night with. If you are tuning in, I appreciate you all stopping by and enjoying the action. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and catch more live content. We're also working on a lot of custom content, so you may see alongside weekly recaps and live highlights, short highlight shorts. We may also see some sort of other content. There's a lot of workshopping going on. We've onboarded 10 new casters, creators, and camera people onto the team just over the last week, and so there's going to be a ton of, hopefully a ton of new content coming out here over the course of the next couple of weeks that is more handmade, more tailored, edited, and ultimately cut from the cloth that is these live broadcasts. So Really looking forward to getting into that, putting out more of that content. And for now, at least, we just wait for both teams to get their full rosters in lobby. And we will jump in to the first round of the afternoon between, oh gosh, the names. Ling versus Radiant. I was blanking. I thought that might start with a D for a second, but Radiant. And for now, at least, we're waiting on sides being chosen. I don't think that's been landed on. I also don't believe we've picked map yet. And I see 5 for Ling. We're waiting on a 5th for Radiant, I believe. Regardless, hopefully, at least, we'll have a full 5v5 here Saturday night. Otherwise, we'll be here to catch the action. I don't think there's any other games that we're going to be hopping on to outside of this one. If you were tuning in yesterday, we kind of hopped around. We had plans for one match, and that didn't work out. We moved on to another one. This is our only match that's starting now, so and it looks like it's the only one we're going to have to watch. 5v5, both squads in, and starting to ready up. A shout out to everyone tuning in and our sponsors. The VRML is sponsored by a variety of fantastic companies, including Helga, the esports manager, a bot that helps you organize your schedule with your team and others. It helps with planning matches, it helps with scheduling matches, it gives you statistics, sort of behind-the-scenes stats that help you analyze where your team can succeed the most against your opponent. Really cool tools, ultimately. Please do go check them out. If you subscribe to the Discord, or if you join the Discord, your first month to the service is free. They are providing our first and second place teams for the NA and EU side of things with the a lifetime subscription to their service, and so we're really appreciative of their sponsorship. We're also sponsored by ProTube VR, a fantastic company that provides stocks that help stabilize your aim in-game. They also have a variety of other stocks, not just the mag tube that I showed you there, but the force feedback versions. Really great product. I do encourage you to go check them out. You can use code I love VRML, yeah, for a discount at checkout on a ProTube of your choice. We're also sponsored by HyperX. Use code HXVRML23 to get a 15% discount in the US. We're also sponsored by Triangle Factory. More details on in-game gun skins coming soon, alongside, obviously, their contribution to the cash prize pool, which is now over $8,500 in cash and hardware. I've stalled long enough for round one to nearly be started between Radiant and Ling. Ling on the attack for the start of the series, Radiant on the defense, and excited to see what we're going to get this afternoon. The connoisseurs really favoring this Ling squad, but I imagine Radiant are going to give them a tough go. JJ gets identified very quickly on that initial forward position, that hatch guard position. They'll drop back and tuck into their main doorway. Static emitter, nicely placed. You can see the rest of the Ling squad working their way up onto the roof, trying to find any sort of picks they can through the hatch, trying to clear out this bedroom in particular. And as they do, they'll dive down into the A site. JJ's Quest will find a kill and quickly duck back in. Nades coming in from Beagle. They have that static emitter they got to get rid of if they really want to have a fast entry in and out of the most common place you're going to plant your bomb. A little bit of a fight here on the outside of A as a smoke comes in. I think that was a defensive smoke. And a smart move to drop back and cover their bottom floor as Cozy rotates around, gets rid of the, or tries to get rid of the static emitter, doesn't want to waste too much time, and ultimately will just work past it. With EMP in hand, Cozy will plant on the cushion and rotate back off after getting rid of that emitter. Not before JJ's Quest finds a kill or two, and it's up to the retake from the trio at A site. Big push needs to come in here, and all four of the Radiant squad, where's the fifth, all stacked up here on A, ready for the retake effort. JJ's Quest in particular leading the charge, and they are going to get control the front side of the EMP, but it's not where the team is. Everyone's outside watching that EMP plant. Cozy here has eyes on. Twinkie has eyes on. There's no easy way for them to get their hands on the EMP. Oh, and there's a side pick there on the edge from Swiss 02. Cozy still staying outside, though. Catches one. They lose Beagle, but Beagle does good damage. And there's a double kill that comes in from Cozy. Can Smeeks get to the EMP in time? I don't think so. What a massive double kill. Really a triple there. And ultimately, Ling clutching round one. Radiant certainly giving it a good effort, a fantastic retake attempt. Ultimately not enough, though. With a round win in an EMP plant, Ling are in very good shape on the economy side. Their second round here, enabling them to commit heavily if they want. We did see initially someone thinking about buying that Vezin. It seems we backed off of that choice. But they do have that option. You could have Cozy buy a rifle right now. Pick it up for the team. They're not overcommitting, though. Instead, just picking up a bit of utility, and that ultimately being sort of as far as they're going to go on the spending side, even after that round win. The cash, you can see, several thousand more in their pockets as we get ready to get into the second round, but what a great job from the Ling defense. Big clutch on the outside window there. How does Radiant recover? I don't know. 1v1's pretty dang good for your first defensive round against the team that has 30-1 votes in favor of them on the connoisseur system. So, I don't know. Movement tries to break in, and they will. JJ's Quest gets scooped up in the chaos, but not before finding one or two. Down comes Twinkie through the hatch. They have control of the basement entry point to B site. Open up foam. Nice nade toss coming in from Moofin. Ling rotating in and getting rid of the static. Or excuse me, that door blocker. Nades have come through already to get rid of static emitters, and ultimately the path presenting itself in front of them for the B plant, if they so choose it. On the other side, you do have to worry about Beagle. Maybe you don't. Maybe you do. Beagle going to rotate in. Crashing in from the back. They'll find one kill, and the other will get pinched by Moofin, and a solid round two for Ling. Still, Radiant bringing it down to a 1v2, but not quite the round win they're looking for. Take a look at the scores. You can see we've got some kill leaders already. JJ's Quest picking up 3. Ling actually only finding a select few kills there. Oh no, this is not accurate. It'll be updated in a moment. Ling has many more kills, obviously, because they're winning 2-0. Kill count is accurate on Radiant, though. Cozy on the Ling side leading, 4-2. Very solid round 2, and again, Ling dancing on the roof. As the celebration comes in, they're feeling good with an early start. The full buy here, and we are seeing a eco round coming in from Radiant. 2 losses in a row. They don't feel comfortable or maybe even able to buy in to this round. I mean, they are. You can see Sneak could have bought a rifle, but I don't think the rest of the team could have been fully equipped like they would have wanted to. Beagle with a shotgun in hand, interestingly enough. And A site seemingly the plan of approach for the Ling offense. Foam set up. And one nade gets rid of the static emitter and that door blocker. Not seeing any plant entry just yet, and so maybe this is it. There's a good kill. Beagle flies in through the window to distract the on-objective defense, and it's enough to ultimately get an angle there. Versal has a great line down. If Swiftsor or Red Wolf peek out, they're going to run into a lot of fire onto their heads. And as I say that, Versal drops off the angle. EMP gets picked up by them. Camouflage there, enabling them to survive that battle, tuck in the tight corner, and get the EMP plant. Ling salvaging this round. Ultimately, Radiant doing a great job doing this much damage on their eco round, no less. Oh, Moofy. Twinkie the Best kind of sitting in an off-meta position there. Catches a kill. And what does this defense do for the retake? I believe that's a defensive smoke. Gets tossed into that open wall. It's not going to last forever. Here comes the push. Time is ticking on that plan, and they placed a door blocker as they tried to push up. Ooh, I liked that innovation. I have never seen that. I've never seen a piece of utility placed. I think that's what happened. I'm pretty sure they placed a door blocker as they pushed up to the objective. The trouble with the door blocker, obviously, is that as the attacker, maybe not so obviously, as an attacker, when you're close to it, it disappears so that you can go through it. And so they place the door blocker, it goes up, it then vanishes because they're close. They back up, and as they back up, they get killed. Then I think a nade came in or something like that and destroyed that door blocker, or ultimately another kill came through the hole in the wall to shut them down. But either way, that's an interesting play, an interesting retake attempt from Radiant, and I have not seen it on cast. Maybe it's happened in a game that I've cast and I've missed it, or in the commentary, whatever. I've cast 35 plus games since the preseason now, so there's been a lot. But for me, I've never seen a player on cast trying to use utility that late in the game. Immolation nades, sure. Grenades, sure, but not very rarely a late game static emitter or door blocker gets applied like that. So interesting effort, and doesn't quite pay off. 3 rounds into the pockets of Ling, but it's now the full buy round for Radiant. Moofy setting up on the central stairs, and they'll be waiting for anybody that's going to try and push in through that middle doorway. They'll also be ears on for any sort of data they can hear with that garage push. Swiftsor also here, ready to peek out with their door blocker there. Has to worry about the potential flank, and already they lose one. Moofin catches a kill. Inside garage, Moofy's pressuring Versal, and Versal blind firing around the corner finds the kill. Swift peeks out for one tap onto Cozy. A nice headshot there. They duck back behind their door blocker, back to the objective. And it's up to the duo, Versal and Beagle, to try and clutch this up. A-Site being pressured by Beagle, interestingly enough, as the focus seemed to be at B Garage. But they are trying to pinch on this defense, trying to split them apart just a little bit. Can they time it is the question. No, they can't. Swift's there, unaffected by any sort of blind fire or peeking on that doorway. Nade. If there were anyone on the close corner. Oh, and what a swing from Smeek to catch one. Quickly heals. Expects more pressure on the immediate corner, but it's not. It's Red Wolf deep on objective that finds the kill. And finally, Radiant get one on the board. They've been fighting hard, scrapping every bit of the way as we take a look at the KDs. They're still not quite all the way accurate. JJ's Quest has 4. Moofy has 3. Smeeksmork with 1. but both squads putting up a solid bit of back and forth this afternoon. Map 1 on Hideout delivering for the Ling versus Radiant battle. Let's take a quick look at the folks in chat. I see Jake the Beast, Aiden, M1H1TV, Rick Sanchez, C132, Alicario. Appreciate you all stopping in, hanging out. Butterman up there earlier. Aiden, I see you in there. Thanks for all tuning in, hanging out. Make sure to share the stream. Subscribe if you haven't already. We appreciate the support. We've had a ton of new subscribers coming in over the course of Season 1. We're going to continue to grow this channel with more and more content that maybe if you can't catch a live stream, you'll be interested in a match of the week. I don't know. Just a random idea I had for sure. Not something that might come out next week or this weekend. On board, Wolf there and the defense of Radiant as the wall gets breached. The defensive smoke deployed, enabling Swifts to rotate and ultimately catch a headshot through the smoke, make it a double. Make it a triple. Can't get the quad, and Swift's going to shut down the Rampage. Excuse me, Beagle shuts down Swift's Rampage. Cozy catches one. Smeek Smork and Red Wolf, all that is left on the defense, and B site kind of open. Where's the EMP? It's on Cozy, who's rotated now around to find a full static emitter in their way. They're nervous about pushing through it because there could be someone tucked in the corner. It does get cleared out, though, by Beagle, and that door blocker up next in the utility that needs to get eliminated. A lot of noise getting thrown down here, and it should be an indicator that the B site being pushed by both Cozy and Beagle. Smeek Smork, maybe not with an accurate kill counter, maybe just a little bit too nervous, slowly rotating around here. Could find the back of this duo, but hasn't quite yet. Red Wolf hasn't pushed out, and I think they're waiting to push in for the retake. I think they're waiting for this plant to come down from Beagle. There's the flank, and there's on-objective defense. Smeek Smork just sneaking around, and Red Wolf getting ready to spring out onto the EMP when they have the support from their duo behind. Time is ticking, though, and so far Radiant haven't necessarily managed their time effectively enough. Smeek Smork just guessing with those shots, and finally the push on. Objective comes in. Beagle tucked into the tight corner, catches one. They peek out on the short and catch another, and a beautiful double kill to lock in the round from Beagle VR. Surprising the back there of Red Wolf and finding the kill. On to Smeek Smork, a 4-1 lead for Ling, and they are certainly executing fantastically here on map 1. Ling really just winning out in those late game fights. And like I have been saying, this team is really fighting. Radiant are right there in those kills. 7 for Swifts, 4 for JJ's Quest. They are putting up a great battle for a team that's down 4-1. You can see there that JJ and Smeek have kills, but ultimately Swifts leading with 7 kills on the Radiant side. And solid bit of kills coming through for that Ling team. But, man, the total is still pretty close at the end of the day because this Radiant squad has been bringing it down to the wire. I see some questions about league rules. I am not a moderator, unfortunately. I can tell you that you can use 2 reservists, though, in a match. But that is the total you can use. You must have 3 rostered players on your team at minimum. A beautiful nade comes in and catches JJ's quest out. What a great toss from Beagle VR. Sight gets open. Beagle catches another. Moofy trying to defend here. They'll go down to Twinkie. The team pushing into A. Cozy, Moof, and Beagle. Twinkie all in control. Smoke up as Twinkie barrels through. Another kill connects. And Beagle finishes off the last round of the first 6, the first half of Map 1 in the pocket of Ling. They're staring down 2 pistol rounds and a Map 1 victory at this rate. Albeit a hard-fought one. Radiant right there every bit of the way in my mind, fighting for these rounds, taking it down to the wire, to those retake EMP moments, and just getting so close but not quite locking in those round wins. In comparison, Ling definitely coming in focused here this afternoon, playing good. If you look at the match history, they are 4-0 for a reason. The team undefeated so far in Season 1. And if Radiant isn't a squad that can beat them, maybe next week they'll have an opponent that can take them down. But an undefeated record, even 4-0, 2 challenge matches, I think, after 2 weeks. Very strong. 5-0 would be great, but I really would think that week 3 they'd have a very solid opponent at the very least, if not a very challenging one. Kills early, no, nothing but damage done on the second floor. And ultimately a fight over territory here as Moofy gets shot in the back. Beagle applying pressure on the second floor, and Moofy will rotate out. Nice push in. Verzel scoops up a kill on a tight corner. Their head exposed in pain goes down to Swift. Flash comes in, catches Swift, but not Moofy. They'll fly forward into Beagle's line of fire. I think Twinkie also doing some damage there, and ultimately the trio inside. They gotta be wary of a drop out the window that Moofin likely will deploy. There it is as they fly out, catch one, looking for a double. They don't quite get it, but Smeek only with a slice of health. They'll get another, and Moofy backing up their teammate keeps Radiant in this 2v1. Cozy's going to have to vault out next, and this is a very low health Radiant duo against a full health Cozy defender. Plant's coming down. This is money in the pocket. And they get it. Rotating outside, not ideal, as again, Cozy is here ready and waiting. And eventually this swing is going to have to come in. They want to get one more kill, and they will, before they then vault out or push down to objective site. I don't know they have any hatches open, so yeah, the outside vault's their only choice. It's going to give away their position. And so now Smeek knows that they've jumped out, rotated in, and ultimately Smeek is going to wait for that defuse push. They're going to wait for Cozy to have to look at EMP. And ultimately buy time. The triple bait comes in, and now they try and actually get it. 1, 2. Are they going to get peeked in time? No, they stick the defuse. And it's not until Smeek Smork swings after the plant, or defuse, excuse me, and catches the kill. I mean, Radiant have been bringing it down to the wire every time, and technically Radiant won in kills on that round, but still lost the round. I don't think I've seen that before either. Radiant's given us a bunch of firsts this afternoon. But that's the beauty. We're only into week 3, and I'm seeing stuff I haven't seen over 5-6 weeks of preseason, so. Jake, again, I'm not a mod, so I'm just kind of saying what I understand the rules to be, and I don't enforce them. I don't. You can never hold what I say as a source of truth, but I'll do my best to try and answer questions when I can. I do see you say that there's only 1 reservist. I'm pretty sure it's 2, but I could be. Maybe it's 1 reservist and a bot that you can do or something like that. But either way, don't talk to me about it. Go to our support server, submit a ticket. We got a great system for our mods to work through and ultimately support the players that play in the league. So that's my recommendation. But yeah, into round 8 we go, and a round away from Ling locking in this series map 1 win. We're only on that first map. Radiant on that attack again. The second pistol round. A nade from Beagle comes out. Does some good damage on the Quest and Moofy, but they'll both quickly heal. Stay tucked into the corner. And now commit to the push. The full commit coming in from Radiant as that Vezin goes down early. EMP getting planted and will get stuck. And Ling are going to have to retake. For the first time this afternoon, EMP down. And the defense, now offense, tucks in. 1-for-1 trade there. Twinkie goes down to Moofy. Moofin up next. Will catch Smeek Smorkin. Look for the double, and they'll find it. Still one more, and it's Red Wolf. Moofin will bait out the defuse. Red Wolf will peek, and it'll be the final kill Moofin needs to capture map 1 for Ling. A great push in with that Vezin, and a big clutch play there from Moofin. They'll dance in celebration as Ling lock in that first map. Wow. A really good back and forth, you know, solid bit of trading. There's the accurate, is that the accurate KDs? No, I don't think that's accurate either. I believe JJ's Quest had more. No, those are the accurate KDs of the afternoon, and you can see that Radiant are right in there on total kills. Beagle standing out with 11, getting into the double digits, but 8 and 7, 7 and 8. Plenty of kills coming through. 6 deaths in some cases for some of the Ling squad, and they won 7-1. A great fight coming in here from Radiant, and I'm very interested to see what map 2 delivers to us. Let them know that they don't need to wait on me, and we'll jump into map 2 whenever they're ready, but I imagine maybe a little bit of a break, a breather is needed for these squads. It was again, a pretty fast-paced and ultimately hard-fought map 1, just really going into the favor of Ling there. Another quick look at chat, and a shout-out to, I believe, Dead Walk. I don't think I saw, and I do believe I said Jake the Beast, but Cooper Willis also in here. Thank you all for stopping in and enjoying the action. Please do hit that thumbs-up button. It helps with the algorithm. Gets more folks jumping in here and catching that action. And that's what we're looking to do. Get more folks to enjoy the game of Breachers VRML and ultimately provide you with a high-quality, competitive broadcast, which so far this has been a certainly competitive broadcast. I can tell you that. A good solid battle back and forth, ultimately leading to now, I believe, a timeout coming in from Radiant. We're down a player, and either a timeout or a substitute from that Radiant squad coming up here for map number 2. But ultimately a really fun Saturday night battle to jump into. And again, I appreciate everyone hanging out here. We did mention our sponsors at the start of the stream. I'd like to mention them again. They include Pro2 VR, who offer fantastic stocks that help stabilize your aim in game. You can use code ILOVEVRML at checkout to get a discount. We're also sponsored by HyperX, providing folks like myself and our casting team the high-quality broadcast gear, the HyperX Quadcast S, the Cloud 2s, and a variety of other products, including keyboards and mice. We really do appreciate the HyperX support, and ultimately they have fantastic products. I've had these for a long time, and they've just worked for a long time. So easy to recommend HyperX, and the quality also obviously very high. If you're hearing my voice, so you tell me. Also sponsored by Helga, the esports manager, a bot that can help you optimize your scheduling for VRML matches and scrims. It's a bot that's built by players for players, and I really would encourage you to check it out by joining the Discord and ultimately getting your first month of the service for free. They're also providing our first and second EU champions, the team captains at least, a lifetime subscription to the service, and we really do appreciate their support, so please do go check them out. We're also obviously supported by Triangle Factory, a fantastic company offering us this fantastic game, and also putting in VRML skin into the game. More details about that and how to get it are coming up soon, so keep your ears peeled, eyes peeled on the announcements channel and broadcasts. And also they are contributing into that cash prize pool which at this point is over $8,500 in cash and hardware. These two teams are battling for a win now in the regular season. This win will advance them up in the regular season ladder. At the end of the regular season, we take the top 8 teams in each region and pit them up against each other in a tournament-style format, where at the end of the day, we have champions, first, second, and third for each region that are getting portions of that $8,500 in cash and hardware prize pool. So, what that means is there's definitely a lot on the line for these teams, even when it comes down to a 13-week season, because that you have to be in the top 8 of your region, or maybe at least the top 7. We might have that open qualifier like we have in the past seasons, but that's to be determined, I believe. But regardless, you want to be in that top 8 at the very least, and that's what's on the line. So maybe it's the added pressure, a live broadcast, who knows, but Radiant just not able to lock in those final kills in any of those rounds, really, in map 1. They came certainly close, but just couldn't quite finish it off. And we now do swap sides, so Ling will be attacking for the start of map 2, and Radiant will be on the defense. I'm going to notice that before we get into the action. And ultimately, we'll have to see how the Radiant team holds off a push on Factory for map 2. Here comes the full A site setup, and a breach opens up. JJ's Quest scoops up some big damage on the Versal, but they'll find a hailstorm of bullets flying their way. Newfin doesn't catch Swift. Gets chunked down in the smoke, and they lose Twinkie the Best. Cooper Willis, subbed in for this map, finds a kill. Radiant trying to do what they can to shift things up and find a alternate bit of energy for them to catch the kills they need, but they won't find the kills they need. Cooper goes down alongside another teammate, and ultimately Radiant are left with just 3 as Mufin has EMP and plants. Versal scoops up Swifts trying to defend, and it leaves Moofy and Red Wolf into a 2v4 retake on an EMP that's not easy to get rid of. And a nice nade toss there doesn't detonate soon enough. Does do some good damage, and Red Wolf does catch a kill on the backside. But I think it was actually maybe even a 1v4. A good read from Red Wolf. We'll find another. I get a 1v2. Ooh, almost a 1v1 if they had found the 1-2 tap on the Moofin there. 2 HP for Cozy as well, so not exactly a fully full health offense, but Red Wolf with 20 HP themselves. EMP again down in a hard place to ultimately win and defuse, and they have no other options than challenging Moofin and Cozy straight up. Moofin wins the round, and the pistol set, or at least, excuse me, the first round of map 2 goes into Ling's hands. I think that's 7 in a row. I think they lost maybe that... No, 6 in a row. I think they lost the second round. But this Ling squad looking good. Up 1-0 here, map 2. The connoisseurs heavily favoring Ling this afternoon. Again, I think it was 30-1 votes in Ling's favor. And, yeah, they are playing some very good breachers here this afternoon. And happy that we jumped in to this matchup this fine Saturday night. Take a quick hydration break here. A little iced tea to get things going. Keep that voice loose for what it certainly is to be another action-packed map here this afternoon. Map 2, round 2 underway. Door opens up. Drone comes in. Nothing spotted on the upper floors. Leaves a site wide open. Well, the top floor of a site wide open and available for the Ling offense to work their way into. Question becomes, how does the push work out for them? Pretty common defensive angles, and ultimately some positions that are vulnerable to nades that we've seen prove very successful in weeks 1 and 2 even. A lot of these positions at this stage known, and certain nade angles and bounces are available here. Twinkie flies down the hatch through the doorway to make sure Moofy can't find an angle. And as that door opens, Verzel will find the elbow. Twinkie swings in to scoop up another, and Red Wolf drops back, knowing that they're going to get pressured on the short corner. They'll go down. EMP's planted, and now it's a retake. JJ's Quest trying to swing out, can't find one. Where's the last defender? It's Cooper Willis, the sub, on the stairs, trying to get to the top floor to drop down on to the attacking squad. A 1v4 retake with a pistol going up against 3 Vezins with full HP offensive defenders. That's going to be a tough task ahead. And if Cooper can pull this one off, it'll be a replay for the record books. Catches the first headshot, can't get the second. Cozy quickly eliminates the remaining HP. And 2-0 Ling. Pretty commandingly, dare I say. Their control of economy is very firm. They have plenty to support future rounds, and ultimately Radiant can't even buy here in round 3. They just don't have enough cash. They invested too hard in round 2 on the resources, and ultimately it leaves them at a stage now where they've had 3 rounds of really being only able to use pistols. Round 2, we had 3 rifles in the hands of Ling. And so maybe they did buy into a rifle. Maybe Red Wolf bought... Oh, no, because they bought an RCP here. Maybe one of them bought into a rifle and lost that. And that's how they got 3. But either way. No, they got a plant and a round win, so that's a lot of cash. But a big investment from Ling that really does pay off. And, yeah, they, like I said, are in control of the economy completely here. And a B-side push seems to be the play. Nades and utility coming in to try and isolate a couple of early defenders, but nothing connects for now. Good solid tosses from Twinkie, though. Through the doorway, at the doorway, preventing any sort of immediate swing on the short corner and giving them the option of vaulting here and now covering their team down the long haul. B-site going to be breached. But how quick do they move off of the breach? Swifts is here defending. Utility comes in to try and back them off. The first kill comes in, not before another gets picked up on that far hallway. And the push in at A site coming through. Beagle catches one. Cozy here to fight. The duo working down the HP bars of the defending Radiant squad. Beagle will find another. Cooper on the backside doesn't catch Beagle, and it's a double kill on the EMP plant. JJ gets surrounded, and Ling run away with the 3rd round and ultimately a strong lead. 3-0 map 2. Radiant having a much more challenging time hanging on to these later moments in the round, and that was really ultimately just very good coordination from Ling. Swinging in, pushing in, pinching onto that final defender as all 3 attackers push. Great coordination, and you know, this team just barreling towards their 5-0 perfect record in week 3 of the season 1. A team we're really going to want to keep an eye on, and Radiant definitely got a early challenge here going up against this Ling squad. But like I've been saying, I feel they've been answering to the call. Picking up kills, fighting hard every round, focusing and trying to push back what ultimately is a very coordinated offense and defense. Here comes the swing in. Everyone here right on top of several bits of utility. A smoke comes in and everyone tucks inside. A nade there by Moofin kills themselves, and the play is called off. I think that may have been a defensive smoke to back off this push in particular, and Twinkie catches a blind headshot through the smoke. Here comes the push. Can't find Swifts. Where's the rest of the team? Verzel and Cozy a bit out of sync, and this could be a round for Radiant. Down goes Cozy. The duo needs to clutch here. 4 kills ahead of them. Full HP Radiant defenders with 3 Pheasants in their hands. Nice wall open, and here comes the push. Or maybe not. Just a bit of a false threat. As both the Ling attackers find nothing. There's no reason to save. They have plenty of money in their pockets to commit and buy into the next round if they lose everything here. And that's why you don't save, because maybe you'll catch a nice headshot. Verzel scoops up one. Here comes Cozy in through the backside. Verzel's going to stick the plant. Red Wolf doesn't push in. There's the nice turnaround from Cozy. They scoop up one. Verzel nearly gets shotgunned, and Red Wolf tucks all the way back. Not before Moofy finds one and connects with a double. EMP doesn't go down, or it did. Will get diffused, and Radiant will finally get a point here in map 2. A vital turning point, dare I say. 2 Vezins and cash into their pockets, although I think they would have had... Why would you throw that nade? Well, they just couldn't hold on to it. Yeah, they didn't have any space for it. 2 Vezins and I think enough cash to full buy, but yeah, they don't even have enough cash to full buy. If they had lost the 4th round in a row, I think they would have gotten $3,000. And so we talked about this, I think, with me and Phil offline. But it is the interesting thought of purposely losing a consecutive round to better set you up to win 5 and 6. Because we do see the full buy, I suppose, coming in on the Ling. So they do have for Radiant. Excuse me, for Radiant, maybe they could have had 5 rifles here, and if they win this, then it's going to be easier the next round. I don't know. If you just take the win, it's not even really necessarily a debate. Of course, you take the round win, but just an interesting thought experiment, I suppose, with these new economy changes and ultimately how impactful they are on that 4th and 5th and 6th consecutive loss. Push coming in here from Ling. Set up outside A site. Nice nade underneath. Not going to catch anyone. Cozy scoops up a nice kill. Blind firing through the wall. And everyone on Ling set up at A. Except for Beagle, who may try and pinch this defense by swinging in the backside. What's the defensive kit here? Well, it's obviously the door. The ability to shoot through that wall very effectively into this room. And a static emitter. No trip mines that I can see. And ultimately a lot of attention getting shifted to that back door as the offense pushes into the front. A site in their control. Everyone inside A. And they're going to even... Are they even going to go for the EMP plant? No, they're not. Muffin just barrels in. Mufi catches a kill, but not before getting scooped up by the back of Twinkie. But a nice nade and a kill up front. Scoops them up a double. And suddenly it's a 2v2. A huge play from Mufi there. EMP down. Cozy and Beagle looking to clutch this, and Cooper just wanting to get the back of Beagle here. They have to commit out to it, and they'll find a headshot onto Beagle. A massive kill. Cozy alone in a 1v2. It's all about timing. Mufi actually has the safety of this wall unexploded, so it limits the walls they do have to watch, and they'll scoop up the kill onto Mufi. Cozy surviving. EMP down and time ticking. Cozy now has an idea of where Cooper is and where they have to push from. Cooper has to go for the defuse, and there's no time. A beautiful headshot from Cozy, and Ling go up 4-1 on map 2, ever closer to the series W. Take a look at the match history here. Yeah, Ling had a 38-1 favor on connoisseur votes, so I was even off by a few. And this was a scheduled match. I do see the question, this was a challenge. Nope. A scheduled match for week 2. Ultimately, Radiant, if you look at the match history, was 2-0, but maybe a little bit a little higher than they needed to be in week 2 because they got that forfeit in the first game and then won their challenge, I think, 14-0. So they had 2 14-0 games out the gate in this first couple of weeks of Season 1, and well, they get matched up against a tough opponent here with Ling. And like I have been saying, they're fighting every bit of the way. Let's take another look at the scoreboard. You can see plenty of kills, almost more kills coming in from Radiant than Ling in some of these cases. And Ling still in control, up 4-1, looking to take round 6, 5-1, and ultimately swap in with a very comfortable lead. In comparison, obviously, Radiant just need to try and lock in this defensive hold. And apologies, I didn't have the cameras in the right spots, but a early 2 kills already. A battle there between Beagle going Beagle's way. Cooper scoops up 1 on the bottom floor. Red Wolf's going to swing with the RCP. No, they won't. They stay tucked in. They don't commit to the push, and the EMP plant does go down. Cooper on a long rotation. They have a bit of time, but not a lot. Red Wolf on objective will get breached and downed. A great play from Verzel, recognizing the potential threat and hunting for that new angle by opening up the hatch and shooting down. And Cooper Willis alone in a 1v3 to try and lock in a second round. Can't do it with a Beagle there to lock in the kill. The headshots coming through in the first half of map 2 in Ling's control. Firm and solid. The opportunity for Radiant to come back presents itself with 2 pistol rounds coming up, or a pistol and a half by. But certainly a pistol round here for round 7 as we swap sides, reset economies, and Ling just need 2 more to win a solid 14-2 victory here this afternoon. And again, a victory that I think a lot of you folks at home saw coming based on the connoisseur votes, but still wanted to jump in here, give Radiant a little bit of a time on the spotlight, and ultimately, again, Radiant doing well to fight against a team that is undefeated. 4-0, looking to go 5-0, and a team that we're going to want to keep an eye on going in to the rest of this season. You know, in these early weeks, we kind of get ideas of what teams we think are maybe going to kind of stand out in the middle to late stages of a longer season. And, well, Ling could be one of them. Could be a squad that we see battling it out in the top 10 in weeks 10 to 15. 10 to 13. But we're a long way from that. Only into the 3rd week, and already we've got a great bit of content with highlights, weekly clips. I mean, I'm enjoying putting it out there. I hope you are enjoying consuming it. I know you are, actually, because we're getting great feedback on a lot of the content that's been going out, a lot of great comments, and I really do appreciate all of the positive comments that have been coming in during live broadcasts as well. I really do appreciate everyone's support, and ultimately having a great time putting on a great show. At the end of the day, though, I'm not the one that puts on the show. It's these players, and well, today has been a good show. Beagle swinging from the back, scoops up a double. An age-old flank that pays dividends against Radiant here in the early pistol round of this reset. JJ's Quest will shut it down, and they'll pick up a double. A nice 1-2 punch. There's the 3rd. Where's the 4th? Not there, but Red Wolf cleans it up. No, they don't. Muffin will finally go down to Cooper Willis, the sub, coming in and locking in a big round win. 5-1 in the first set, especially on a map like Factory. I feel, yeah, maybe there's a path here for this Radiant team to push us to a map 3. Momentum, obviously, in the favor of Ling right now. 7-1 map 1, 5-2 map 2, 4-0 so far this season. But that was a good round from Radiant. And Radiant are fighting here. Quick look at the scoreboards. 2 shooters at 6 kills apiece. In comparison, Ling have that as well, but they also have Muffin with 8 so far. A 2-0 KD, very solid, especially in a league match setting while on a broadcast under pressure. Very good performance so far, and I mean, again, Ling as a team really have been playing well here this afternoon. Both squads, like I said, putting on a great show, and happy that I am here to catch it. Hope you're enjoying yourselves as well, and again, do appreciate everyone dropping by and supporting the stream. I know I say it a lot, but hey, it's why I do the cast, so you know, I appreciate you all hanging out. Radiant looking to work a little bit of momentum here. Put up another round on the board, and they have an opportunity to almost full buy into this second round of the reset. 4 rifles getting picked up, and Cozy with an Omen finds the first kill, but is quickly refragged. Wow, and look at the Ling buy. 3 Omens coming in from them. They full buyed this round, and it almost pays off. Swift swings around her and gets support. Muffin gets picked up. Outside defenders here, trying to battle against the Omens, and ultimately getting very low. Beagle going to try and do some damage by swinging around, and they'll get shut down by Cooper Willis. Radiant put on a great attacking round. Omen completely getting shut down. Full bot in there, and now go into their 3rd consecutive loss with not nearly enough cash for a full buy and hardly enough cash for a partial. I wonder if they changed early round loss money. Well, no, because they, yeah, 5-1, 2 in a row. Do you start at 1,000 now? No, you always started at 1,000. The max you could get was to 2, but now you can go over 2. Oh, I see a familiar face. Sputnik Cobra dropping in. Hope Clifford also hanging out. Heritage in here, mixing our blood. A couple of new folks stopping by. Fazek, appreciate you all hanging out. Catching the tail end of map 2. Maybe not the tail end of the series, because again, Radiant are fighting every bit of the way, but we're not there yet. On the cusp. Let's see how well the full buy against a eco round is going to go here. Radiant arguably should push this 5-4 pretty easily. Ling really with their backs against the wall here this afternoon. As we get into this second map, and a great bottom story breach. Very rarely do you see it, but it works out perfectly and catches Muffin trying to vault up into a common defensive position. Cooper Willis scoops up another kill, and this Radiant team is maybe awakening as they find an early 5-3 lead, getting ready to push into A site and try and push this round up. Virgil actually catches one, a big kill considering they're going up against a fully equipped offense. Another nade comes in, that gets close, but no cigar. Just does some chunk damage. The team survives and ultimately still maintains A site control. Swift nearly gets caught by a shoddy blast and will find Twinkie with a little bit of pistol bullets to the chest. Not enough to do too much damage as they are healed up, and what's the play? Just a pistol and a shoddy are left, but maybe it's enough. Virgil finds one, JJ's Quest finds another, and Muffy cleans up the round. 5-4. Man, Radiant are doing a great job of swinging back into this thing. Took them a little bit to get going, but they're here. Well, at least they've been winning these first 3 rounds, but now with the economy management from Ling, it's actually pretty... I see the picture now. I see what they did. Round 1, they lost. Round 2, they knew that if they lost again, even if they won or lost and went into round 3, they would not have enough cash. It's an interesting choice to go full Omen by round 2, Eco round 3, full by round 4. And then I don't think you Eco rounds 5 and 6 because you have enough cash coming in from your 5th and 6th, or 4th and 5th consecutive loss. Whew, boy. I've never done so much math in my life. See, like smoke coming out of my ears trying to process it. A little drone work to assess the situation before deciding to commit in. And a very patient Radiant offense, not getting too over-aggressive or lose focus on the push, at least not yet. They seem to have a play and plan in mind, and Mufi just doing a bit of clearing work before now advancing over into the corner and getting ready to open up the A site. A common breach point, but usually you'll want maybe at least 1 or 2 more here to specifically defend against Beagle, because if Beagle catches Mufi, then they have options in terms of pushing down onto this offense. If A site is the play, which I'm not necessarily sure it is. Mufi catches Beagle. One-handed, I think, no less. There is another up here, though. Mufin has made their way. Nade comes into the back corner. Cooper Willis is here in the pinch, coming down onto the A site. And, man, look at the defense. So reserved, really pushed off of A. They do not want to even be involved in that area because they know the threat of all the nades and potential quick peeks. JJ Quest is going to fly out, look for more. They find one, can't get the double. A great two-person hold inside server room puts Ling in a slight 3v2 advantage. Outside, Radiant offense looking to push in. Needs to keep winning. They lose here, it's going to be a guaranteed tie. What is the play? 45 seconds left. Time ticking down. Swifts and Cooper are going to have to push here soon. Ling just continuing to buy time. 30 seconds. Nade comes in, doesn't catch. Foam goes down. Lots of utility being utilized here by the likes of Swifts. And they'll need all of it. They're alone. And they're gone. Twinkie scoops up a double kill. And a round away, Ling staring down the barrel of a Series W. But again, no easy dubs coming in for Ling. They have hard fought for these rounds. They have been performing well. And ultimately, again, Radiant's been battling right there. Look at the KDs. It's always a good indicator of how close a series really is. The score is the ultimate decider, sure, but the KDs indicate to you how good the matchup has been, or at least how close the matchup has been. Maybe good is a relative term. I can't really be throwing that around, but regardless, a very close back and forth here this afternoon, despite the score. And what do Radiant have? At least the option to full buy here. I don't know that they'll have it next round. If they lose. Oh, I guess it wouldn't matter if they... Yeah, you have to commit everything. You win this, you have enough for the next one. You can push it 6-6. You go to the third map, you win there, and you tie the series. That's the play at this point for Radiant. It's the best they can do. They cannot get a win. They also don't have an early advantage. Twinkie will find a great connection out the doorway. And oh no, another peek and another kill. Swifts goes down. At this point, the rest of this offense may start flying out of windows and doors looking for kills. Mufin will toss a nade out. And out comes Beagle. Catches one, turns for another, and can't find JJ's quest on that corner. Cooper Willis still tucked back and waiting for someone to vault out the second floor window. Could be the spelling of JJ Quest's doom if Muffin does just fly out that doorway. But a crazy bit of aggression coming in, and finally Cooper will spot that doorway hold. They get a bit of damage done, and yeah, it's going to be the complete rotation off of that doorway. EMP scooped up, health syringe in hand for Cooper, but not needed. JJ's the one that needs it. And here it goes. The vital must-win round here for Radiant. Otherwise, series is done, and Radiant cannot play that third map. Ling will sweep the first two and the series. Uh-oh, and no. A disconnect. The last thing you want to see. Cooper will go down, and Sarah has to clutch the 1v5 against Ling. Twinkie catches the final necessary kill, and that is Ling taking the series and map 2 7-5. 4, sorry. What's the time? An hour? A quick back and forth and a fun one to tune into. Happy that we caught it. Ultimately, the connoisseurs were dead on, and Ling came out on top. They remain undefeated, 5-0 in Season 1, and we very well may have to tune into them next week to catch their Week 3 opponent, because I think that's going to be a very fun and interesting series. Regardless, again, happy everyone dropped by and caught the action, and a quick one last shout-out to our sponsors, who include ProTube VR, HyperX, Helga, the esports manager, and Triangle Factory. We really do appreciate the support. Keep your eyes peeled on the announcements channel. More unique content coming. I can assure you that a week match of the week style videos coming, and more shorts and another weekly highlight reel for week 2 on Monday. So a lot of tailored content coming, but also obviously live broadcasts Saturday and Sunday. Do be sure to tune into those. I believe we have 2 games Saturday and 1 game Sunday. Me and Phil will be jumping on that one, so you're not going to want to miss that. It'll be a great cast. But that'll be it for me. Appreciate it. Appreciate you all giving me your fantastic support, and the VRML your support. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up button. And until tomorrow, I think at 1:30 for Phil and 6:30 p.m. PST for me, stay classy. VRML is brought to you by Triangle Factory, HyperX, ProTube VR. Thanks for watching VRML.